You guys see them? Look at these beauties. Wow. All right, guys, I'm back in the P&W. I actually had a dream a few weeks ago that I came out here and found all these lobster mushrooms, and then I just got online and tickets were super cheap and I just had to come back. So I just drove 4 hours to come out to this area, and already like the first few seconds of walking in, there's just loads of mushrooms. Clearly I'm kind of off of a road here with that noise. Anyway, it's about 3 o'clock and the sun sets at 6, so I don't have a whole lot of time. I want to try and get some filming in, and obviously I got to pick these mushrooms. The Chanterelle, a beaut. This looks like a Zeller's bolete to me, which is edible. It's got that really dark cap, and a porous yellow underside, and then kind of that reddish, but it is edible. So we got a little patch here we can take. Sweet. This right here, you guys, is actually a white chanterelle. It's got the same type of texture. See that? Pretty cool. Always look down low. Low to the ground. Do you see it? Not these little guys, but right in there. I don't have my mushroom knife today because I caught the plane and I didn't want to pay $30 to check my knife. So, no knife. Look at these beauties. What? Heavy. And I'm looking over there and there's a whole other patch. Also, this almost looks like a soggy Matsutake, which is what I was hoping to find. Could it be? Hard to tell. And look, we got a friend. Is that a salamander? So cool! And here's another guy. Possible. Oh. Alright, I think I need 2 hands. I might need to lose the camera. Wait, maybe I got it. Oh, score! It totally is. Here we go. Grows in sandy like soil. You can squeeze it and it's hard. And the most important thing is the smell. So these are described by a very famous author, David Aurora, to have a dirty socks and cinnamon candy type of smell. So some people say it like pine resin, but it definitely has like a funk and a spice to it. Totally. It has a strong scent. And it's still closed as a button. So I can't tell with some of the other identifying factors but from what I can see here, this has got to be it, dude. This was my quest for today. I'm hoping there's more around. That is so exciting. And I have smelled this mushroom before. I actually took a foraging class last year with Yellow Eleanor, and somebody had found it. So I actually got to smell their mushroom, and I tried to put that smell in my memory as best as I could. And I'm pretty sure this is it. And all identifying factors match. Yay! I'm so stoked. Yes. Whoa. Guys, here's one coming out of the ground. This will help me know for sure. But, oh yeah, that's totally it. Yes. Oh, it's starting to get soggy, but it's got that hard stem. You get these colors, the side of brown, and a little on the top as well. It has that veil still intact. So this is a bit of a harder mushroom to identify because there is a look-alike, an amanita, that is very toxic. And if you do this to the amanita, it'll just fall apart. So that should be a big thing helping you in deciphering between the two. And also, a tip I read is that the veil tends to go up on the Matsutake, and on the amanita, it points down. So that, along with the smell and several other factors, should help out. But this is so exciting. Okay. It's really funny because actually on this bigger specimen, it really does smell like cinnamon. It has that cinnamon candy smell, totally. The smaller one has a closer to the dirty sock smell, I would say, and a spice, but this smells like a red hot for sure. Wow. You guys don't know how excited I am. Oh my god. Eee! Look at how huge these rusulas are. I mean, enormous. And usually if you see these white guys, the white rusula, a fungus attacks it and it becomes hypomyces. I'm really terrible with the Latin name. Hypomyces, can't think of it right now. Somebody's saying it, but it becomes that, which is the lobster mushroom. So a fungus basically attacks that white one and it turns into this. Fungus on fungus. It looks like lobster. It really does smell very seafoody and the texture is firm. It's great. That sounded sarcastic, didn't it? It really is good. Another friend. Oh, it's so exciting. And they're huge because they attack those giant rucolas. There's a big one over there. I'll show you in a second. It's probably bigger than my head. Remember I told you there's one that's bigger than my head? Hold that for size. I think my dream was a good sign. I found all the mushrooms I've wanted. Lobster Matsutake, tons of chanterelles. Wow, so happy. All right, now let's go find a spot to cook this up into something delicious. Oh, thank you, Forrest. I love you so much. Okay, decided to come to this campsite because you can't have a fire outside of a designated camp ring right now because of all the fire restrictions. So I did bring my firebox, which will help because then I don't have to worry about starting a big fire and getting all the fire material. This, I can use a couple of sticks. Hopefully I can find something because it's super wet out. If not, I got the handy dandy Jetboil pocket rocket there. So, all right, let's get to it. All right, I decided I'm not gonna waste my time because I don't have a lot of time and I know that it's not gonna work. I mean, it's like wet in the middle. I'll have to make a fire some other time. So the plan here was to do a jerk lobster. I wanted to do the firebox and this, get the rice going, 2 dishes going at the same time, but obviously we know how that worked out because of this damp weather, and which I knew, but I didn't stop and get any dry tinder. So I did it to myself, but here we go. I'm gonna do a coconut rice. I need to go get some water actually. Got the water. I knew it's not gonna want to do it. Rice is always tricky on these things because the fire gets so hot. So I'm gonna do some coconut oil. All right. Look at that, that pan is already burning. I just turned it off. It's so tricky with these things. Nice and cold, this coconut oil. All right, fire is back on. I'm gonna saute this rice here. Very tricky with the temp. Adding a little water. And this is dried coconut milk or powdered coconut milk. So I'm going to chuck that in there as well. I don't really have a measurement. I'm just going to taste it. I forgot my spoon. Be right back. Back with the spoon. Just gonna stir in that coconut milk powder. Gosh, look at that thing. It's just like too hot. It's so scary to do rice in. This is turning into a pudding. Not my intention. Maybe I'm gonna do a touch more. Uncle Roger is gonna do a review of me. He's gonna be pissed. Who makes rice like this? Have you guys seen those Uncle Roger videos? Where there's a lady like straining rice, which is just the biggest no-no of it all. But maybe I'll do that today. We'll see how this turns out. Alright, I am going to now do the lobster mushroom here. It smells so good. I brought a brush. Couldn't bring a knife. Brought a butter knife and a paintbrush. There we go, man. My bowl here, doubling as a cutting board. So I was trying to come up with some other things to do with lobster mushroom besides pasta and kind of the sandwich, like lobster roll type thing. And I love jerk chicken, and like Jamaicans make really good seafood dishes, so I thought this might be really good. If my rice doesn't turn out to rice pudding, this is basically made for sticky rice with mango. That's what it looks like. Look at that. Doesn't it look like lobster meat? I'm trying to get it to focus there, but yeah, it's gonna be good. Yes, I carried on the plane green onion, a smidgel of butter, chili peppers, some lime, didn't have any cilantro, and jerk seasoning that I made yesterday. So it's got like cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. Hold on, gotta check this coconut rice, constantly burning here. Okay, this is gonna be like a coconut rice porridge. Oh Lord. What? It's so mushy. It's really hard to do rice in these things. I hate it. Rice is a little al dente, but it's actually pretty good. If you threw some mango on it, it'd be like the perfect dessert. See, like, it doesn't really have time to just sit and simmer and soak in the water nicely. It's like burns. It's just difficult. People who've cooked with these things, you guys know. It's like burning hot or nothing. That's your only choice. I'm just gonna let it sit, and hopefully it'll sit and get warm and happy and cook through, because it only needs like a little more. Okie doke. Now to turn this down to and then it's gonna be like burnt. Okay, so I'm going butter. Actually, you know what you should do? We'll see how this fares. You should cook out a lot of your wild mushrooms, have a lot of water. So it's actually nice to cook them, dry saute them in a pan until their waters come out. And then go ahead and add like butter and stuff. This is why I was hoping to cook with the fire. It smells like burning lobster. Lovely. This smells awesome. I am gonna go in with my jerk seasoning. So what I say, like cinnamon, nutmeg, a little brown sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, paprika. Just look up a jerk spice seasoning, or you can just buy it already made. Just throw a bunch on there. This is such a rush job. I'm sorry. I was really hoping to make a very beautiful video. I'm gonna throw a couple of my chopped green onion in there. And also my chopped red pepper. It's a Korean red pepper because that's what I had at home. Habitat. I'm just gonna put the rest of these guys away and cook them later. Because, like I said, I'm racing the clock. Welcome to the rushed cooking hour with Leilani. It smells so good. It's nothing like having a fresh dinner in the forest. You guys hear that? Kind of got some crunch to it. This mushroom has a lot of texture. Ooh, it's spicy too. Oh, how's this rice? All right, looking better. The rice is actually really good. So coconutty. Alright, I'm turning this off. Cook these mushrooms down quite a bit. Wild mushrooms you always want to cook well done. They're a little difficult for some people to digest, so it's better for you to, I don't know if that has anything to do with digestion. Just cook your wild mushrooms. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm plating. Almost looks like ginger. Ooh. Kept one green onion whole. Just half him there. Chuck them in that buttery sauce. I think green onions are so good when they're caramelized. Like when you go to a good taco place and they give you like some sauteed green onion. Delish. Got some lime. Let's get some acid to cut it. We got a nice char look though. Bone apple tea. Oh. Oh, I didn't even squeeze the lime. Huzzah! That's good. Not to toot my own horn or anything. It's probably because I'm hungry. I'm trying to think of what the texture reminds me of to describe it to you guys. Okay. Sorry. With my mouth open. I feel like it's like a firm zucchini or a squash. Like when you get that al dente, that's kind of what the texture of this mushroom is. So for people who don't like mushrooms, because I feel like a lot of it is the texture, this has no mushroomy taste at all to me. It doesn't have that typical, like, when I think people say mushroom taste, I think of, you know, like a button mushroom or a portobello, your typical grocery store type mushroom. Tastes nothing like that. And the texture is not slimy, which I think is what turns a lot of people off to mushrooms. Guys, try lobster mushroom. I'm not a pretty eater. I feel like a mukbanger. Next career path. I need to scarf this so I can get out of here. Let me get out of here.